Welcome, everyone. It is Thursday night, and you are at District 21's Pathways Bedtime Story for Level 4 and 5. We've been doing this all week long with a different level each night. We're recording them. Thank you very much, Torsten Lenk. And we are going to have them on our website, so you can go back and review them at your leisure. But tonight, we are going to leap in with a very experienced guide. And I've got to tell you a little bit about our guide tonight. Shawn Gold has been around Toastmasters since 2011, taking on I don't know how many club and district roles, countless, coaching, mentoring, competing. He doesn't say it in his bio here, but he was also district director for District 21 some time ago. As a certified trainer of trainers as well, Shawn successfully improved district education programs by implementing a robust train the trainer program to qualify our trainers. With his technical background, Shawn has also helped develop online and hybrid meeting standards during and after COVID and solutions for his clubs, but also for the district. So he's been a great resource for us. In 2018, way back when Pathways was just rolling out, he was not only a strong proponent, he led the rollout in District 21, and he's always been a strong advocate for the online program and all the enhancements that are coming as our world headquarters evolves this remarkable program. He's completed 5 paths already, and he's halfway through his 6th. So he's qualified to talk about level 4 and 5. Tonight, he's going to help relieve your anxiety about reaching out and doing these levels. So please join me in welcoming our guide for the evening, distinguished Toastmaster Shawn Gold. Shawn.
Welcome to this session on level 4 and 5. Interestingly enough, I get stuck with doing 2, but you know what? I get the bonus of doing 2 because it's fun to do pathways. And no matter how much stress you have when you look at level 4 or level 5, it is always more stress than is necessary. We're going to talk about that. I want to go through just at a high level. I'm going to go through some information up front, get some background on you guys. I'm going to talk about what's in level 4 and 5, and then I want you to talk to me about where you're at, specifically in 4 and 5, if you're there. And we'll talk about some of the challenges and concerns you may have about a specific project, and we'll take a look at it and see if we can help get you through that project by giving you the right kickstart tonight. Okay? Sound like a plan? All right. I didn't see a lot of, some nodding, very gracious nodding. Okay, let's talk about this. All right. First off, I don't know many of you. I do know Torsten because I'm in the same club as him. I do know Carlos because I've known him for a little while and I know where he's at, but I don't know where you are all at in your current path. So let's start with, oh heck, Virginia, you're there anyway. So where are you based? Which club are you in? And what level are you currently in? And which path are you in? So and is this your first path, second path, third, or first, whatever path it is. So just how many paths have you done and where are you at in your path? So first of all, where are you based? What's your club? And where are you at in a path?
Yeah. Thank you, Shawn. Yes, I am based in Southern Vancouver Island in Victoria. I have 3 paths going. They are presentation mastery, engaging humor, and visionary communications. So a lot of presentation focus. And I am on level 3 and 4.
Right. And you have not completed a path yet?
No.
Okay.
I guess I'm teaching an obstacle.
You're one of the people that ought to be here. Colby, what about you? Where are you based and where are you at in your pathways? You haven't started a path yet. You're still trying to get your path figured out, right? If I recall from last night. Colby, you're on mute, by the way. You're still on mute.
Okay.
There you
go. I haven't yet to get, I'm late. I've been in Toastmasters and in Club 60 in Courtney for a couple years and actually close to maybe 3 years, 2.5 years or so, but I'm a real bit of a procrastinator and I'm kind of new to getting into technology, so I haven't even got a new cell phone yet. My other cell phone died, but I'm kind of just starting to look at getting into pathways.
But you have a computer. You're online here, so there's your start. That's all you need.
Yeah, but Yeah, so I'm very excited to look at pathways. I've kind of been going along without being in the pathways.
All right, well, we're going to get you going on that, but I just wanted to get some background on you. Sandra, where are you at?
I'm
I hear
in
you're in the East Coast.
Boise, Idaho, and I am on my 10th path, and I'm not doing the 11th, which is the one Virginia's doing on humor. And I
By
was
the way, that's one you should do. I'm calling it's fun. It is a fun one to do.
sure. Um, I used to be in Silicon Valley in District 57, so I worked with George Marshall as the first district in the world to do pathways. And I was in Pathways Ambassador and Guide and Colby. I had to deal with people who did not want to use their computer no matter what, whether they had one or not the case. But I've enjoyed it, and I'm anxious to share with you some of the insights I've learned as the Pathways pimp.
Okay, so Sandra, how many have you completed? Have you completed 9 paths?
9.5.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, Carlos, where are you at? And where are you at with your pathways?
Good evening, everyone. I am based in Lima, Peru. I belong to Island Excellence Toastmasters Club, District 21, and I am in my 5th path, and I am moving on to level 3 in motivational strategies.
And you completed the 4 previous ones, right?
I did, absolutely. And I go path by path. I don't take
Right.
I just go one by one.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to make sure I understood. All right, Angela, where are you at? And where are you at within pathways?
Yeah, I'm in Comox Valley on the island, Vancouver Island. I'm just starting engaging humor. And what was the other one that I'm doing? Oh, I can't remember the one previous to that. Ouch. Motivational strategies? Something like that?
Sure, sounds like a good one.
Okay. And I'm just starting engaging humor as well.
And how many paths have you completed then? You've completed 1 or completed 2?
No, I haven't completed one. I'm just picking different ones.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Torsten, I know what club you're in, but tell everybody else where you're at and how many paths you've completed and where you're at with paths. You just have to figure out how to. There you go.
Too many windows open. Hello, everyone. I am based in White Rock, in beautiful White Rock, where Virginia grew up, I heard. And my club is called Toastmasters by the Sea. I like to call it Speak on Sundays because it's easier to remember. And I completed 2 paths, leadership development and visionary communication. And I am in my 3rd path, I think in level 3, engaging humor. And yeah, I haven't done anything on engaging humor lately. I just want to get this complete and working on my DT.
You're doing a speech this coming Sunday, if I recall. All right, there you go. Grace, where are you at and where are you in pathways?
I'm from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. And thank you. And I'm brand new member. I haven't started yet.
Oh, a
I just
green one, a newbie. Yay.
I just chose my pathway, and 2 days ago, yeah, we have some problem. Maybe I chose the wrong one. I chose the presentation mastery,
No,
but
that's
it
perfect.
is
That's always a good one. You can never go wrong with that
no,
one.
sorry, but just a version. Maybe I chose the accessible version. This is for the visionary impaired person.
Oh, I see.
So then I emailed them, asked them to change to the standard version, and they are so helpful, changed it right away.
Oh, good. Very good. Good to know that.
Now I'm
All right.
good. Thank you.
Maggie, where are you at and where are you within pathways?
Hi, Shawn. Nice to see you again. I am a member of 60 Minutes Toastmasters in Courtney. And I already have in the legacy program, I'm gold. That's all I can remember.
Right.
And anyway, I'm working
Advanced
on
Communicator Gold? I guess it would be Advanced Communicator
Advanced
Gold.
Communicator Gold. So I'm working on motivational strategies and have completed level 1. And I'm also doing persuasive influence at the same time. And I don't know where I'm at with that. I have to, I have to
All right.
get into it.
At least you're still doing it. You're not one of these people who just sit there and say, it's online, forget it's on a computer, I don't want to do it.
No.
All right, Diane, where are you based and where are you at in Pathways?
Hi, I'm Diane. Yes, and I live in Campbell River on Vancouver Island, and I'm not very far in the Pathways, but I have 2 groups, so I had to have two of them. So one is presentation mastery, and because I've restarted because of going on the paths, and I've only done 1 speech for that, and the other one is effective coaching, and I've done 1 for that. Yeah.
Okay, good, thank you. Heather, where are you at and how are you doing in Pathways?
I am a member of Nelson Fresh Tracks and Midnight Sun in Yellowknife in an undistricted area there. I am in 2 paths, dynamic leadership and presentation mastery, where the dynamic one, I'm kind of only really, there's a problem with these things actually getting entered by the evaluator, but so I think I'm going to just do the whole level 2 over again. But for the level 2 in presentation mastery, I'm at the 3rd and last speech, and I'm hoping to do that on Thursday.
Good, excellent. Sylvia, where are you at?
Hi, I'm in Vernon, British Columbia with the Monday Night Vernon Toastmasters. And prior to the programs being online, I think it was called Competent Communicator. I finished the first 10 speeches for public speaking, so I have that. And so since I rejoined Toastmasters January of last year, I'm on the motivational pathway, and I've completed level 1, and I'm working on level 2, and I've done a speech at one of the higher levels.
Good, excellent. Okay, Barbara, where are you at and where are you within Pathways? Barbara, you're muted. Barbara. Okay, well, I'll let you get back. When you get back, whenever you get back. Okay, I want to share something with you guys, with the team here. This is something I created as a means to, let's see if I can find how to do this. I don't want apps. I don't want apps. I want to get to hide the floating things. Okay, whatever. This is a little object I created to help guide us on where we are. We're going to be talking about level 4, level 5, right? So this is looking at all of the paths and all of the level 4 projects, the level 4 electives, the core projects, the electives, the level 5 core projects, and the level 5 electives. That's what this is, just a little summary sheet. And the ones that are highlighted in green are ones that are duplicated across different paths. So you can, if you do one path, you don't have to do, you may end up doing the same project over again. And the reason why I highlight that is because there are going to be some consolidation on the paths. And part of the reason for the consolidation is that there's some duplications. And so it makes sense. I don't want to get into this in details because this is just looking at all of the projects that are available. What I've given here and I've attached it into the chat are 2 documents. One that I created, which is this one, which starts off looking like whatever it looks like this. It says, you know, District 21, 100 years, blah, blah, blah. And it says Pathways, level 4 and 5 project details. And then there's a page that has a page and a half that has the level 4 main projects by path. And there's 2 pages of that. Then the level 4 electives, the level 5 main projects, and the level 5, and then the second page of that, and then the level 5 electives. So that's what's all there. It's just a handout that is there. You don't want to spend a lot of time on it. What I want to do is talk about what you have as far as what you're working on right now. For those of you who are in level 4 or in level 5, I want to get some of your input on how things are going. And that's really what I wanted to talk about today, and then help guide you if you're having some struggles. I have completed 4 paths. I'm in my 5 paths. I'm in my 6th path right now. And I have a different perspective than many people have about some of the projects, especially when you get higher up. You need to understand that level 1 are the common, easy ones. That's the competent communicators level. Level 2 gets into a little bit more specific, depending on the type of path you are, leadership or communications, and has some projects in there. Level 3 is the most fun because you only have to do 1 core project and you get to do 2 electives. And really there's there's 13 electives or something like that. So it's a lot of fun because you can do as much as you want. Level 4 is where it really starts to push you. You chose a path because this is an area of competency that you wanted to develop. And level 4 pushes you to develop that. It gives you 1 core project. And again, you have an elective to work on. Again, you have lots of electives to choose from. I believe there's 8 in level 4, and there is 7 in level 5. Level 4 and level 5 each have 1 core project and an elective to do. And then there's at the end of level 5, you get to do completing your path, and there's some project associated with that. But let's talk about level 4. Who here is on? Well, we've already got the ones who are on level 4. So if you are in level 4, or you have not gone into level 4 because you're concerned about it, I want to know what project is that you're concerned about, or what your concerns are about level 4. So if you've done level 1, 2, and 3, and you have held back, Virginia, and not gone into level 4, or anyone else who hasn't gone into level 4, I'd like to understand why and share what your concerns are.
Could somebody put up the level 4 competent, or the choices, please?
Sure. I will reshare. How's that?
Thank you.
I just want to get to the right page here. So this little cheat sheet here, let's get that right there. That should have everything in there that you need. Can you see it okay? I can make it a little bigger maybe I'll make it a little bigger. Maybe able to make it a little bigger. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, hang on a second. Too big. Here, hopefully you can see that. Can you see that? Okay. And let me just scroll down just a little bit, maybe. If I can do that. Yeah. You can get almost all of it there right now. Let me see. There you got it all. Okay. So who's working on a project, or who is held back on working on a project in level 4 or level 5? So we can talk about it. And don't feel shy. We just want to talk about it and see if we can help find a path for you, or move you forward in the path. And I can't see any hands up because I'm sharing, so just...
I don't mind actually talking about mine, Shawn. I was wondering if I might share something that Sandra put up that would be very helpful for me. If you wouldn't mind, could you stop sharing screen, and then I'll put up the engaging humor path so that everybody can see it?
Sure.
And this is something that she's got in the, I can find it. Here we go. That she's got in the chat that you can pull down. It's a really great tool. And so if you can see that, this is the engaging humor path, right? And it's actually, yeah, there we go. Whoops, maybe a little bit too big. So I'm stuck. I get into level 4, as many of us do, after getting through level 3 and using some of those electives and having some fun. And I get stuck with the arranging of time and all the other things I'm doing in life. And I'd love to, and I suppose my problem is I don't see the end. You know, I understand that I'm going to reflect on the path, but I've lost sort of the purpose. And so I've lost sort of all those choices become confusing for me. Does anyone else feel that way? It certainly is how I feel. I look at everything and go, oh, what should I do? Which one shall I do, right? Which one will be the best?
You did level 3, correct?
Yeah.
So level 3's got 13 choices or something like that. It's around somewhere between 12 and 13 choices. Level 4 has only got 8, and level 5 has only got 7 choices for options for electives. So there's not as many choices.
No, it's just
Now, this is what I think about this, and I'm going to comment on it, and then I'll let you. I want to hear your comment on it. But the big thing is that level 4, the path itself is engaging humor. So the level 4 project is the power of humor and impromptu speech. So it wants to teach you, give you some tools in order to add humor when you're talking impromptu. Level 5, you're going to deliver your message with humor. So it's focused on that. That's a keynote speech that. And it's literally a keynote speech. It's 20 to 40 minutes on engaging humor. So they want you to develop humor in that. And that's specific to this project, this path, because the path is about adding humor to your speeches. That doesn't mean you have to do anything significant. It's not any more different, really, than presentation mastery, except you're going to try to use some tricks and tips that you've learned along the way in this path on how to make humor, add humor into it. So that's on the core projects. And the actual level 4 core project, the one about impromptu speech, you're going to do I think it's two to 3 minute impromptu speeches.
Yep.
And they're impromptu. So it's actually pretty, you're doing table topics. You're just doing 2 table topics in one night.
Yeah, a couple of things I think as well for me is that I have a smaller club, and I would like to get some higher level evaluation. So I think I'm going to have to think about bringing someone in to be an evaluator, and or going to another club and doing some of these projects there.
Does your club meet online and hybrid?
No, they're not hybrid. They meet online. So and I would like that sense. I would really like a sense of being live. I find I miss the live and the challenge that I'm looking for with this particular path, because it is a presentation skills path. And so I think that I have to buckle down and block time for something like this. I think others might feel the same way, and sometimes that's why you have an obstacle.
Okay, so let's help you specifically. You've got the benefit of being a program quality director and district director elect. So guess what you're going to be doing is going out and visiting clubs. One of the things that you're going to be asked to do is to give a keynote speech at some of the clubs you visit, right? There's your opportunity. If you don't have one now, I would give you the opportunity. Now, if you come over to Vancouver, I'll have you over at our club in person. You can, in a hybrid format, but you can come in person if you want and deliver your speech in person. And we have at least 2 DTMs in my club, myself and Micah Unisic. And so we have a fair amount of experience. Plus, we have some other experienced Toastmasters who can give you a pretty good evaluation.
I think you've got my number. Thank you. Thank you, Cole. I've written this down, Shawn.
What I'm trying to say is that
it's not.
If it's holding you back, let's find out what's holding you back from doing it. Most people are held back because of fear of the unknown. And trust me, there's none of these projects that's really complicated. I just watched, and Torsten can attest to this. We had one person who had to do a podcast. And he actually did a podcast from his car. And he really just set up his phone on a dash and videotaped him talking to a buddy. And it was wonderful. It was really good. And it was about a specific topic. It was thought-provoking. It was really well done. And it was so simple. Technology was simple because all he did is just capture, record it on his cell phone, and then uploaded it to wherever. It didn't matter, somewhere onto the cloud. And it was done. It was
I guess it's just a matter of we are always learning. We don't want a perfect project, but at some point, and I think everyone can relate to this, is that you have to decide at what point you're not aiming for what you hope is perfection, but the idea that you will learn a great deal from the actual giving of the presentation. And
the only thing that Toastmasters asks of you is to read the project and to try. I mean, like, seriously try. It doesn't mean you're absolutely right. It doesn't need to be perfect, and it's not expected to be perfect. But you're not going to grow into the skill set that you've identified as one that you want to achieve unless you try it. And I know that I have a long way to go on engaging humor, and I enjoyed that path tremendously. It was fun. It was challenging, but it was fun. And I probably need to go back and revisit some of the learnings from there and incorporate that into my speeches and presentations because it was very valuable information. All right, anyone else? Because we only have a few minutes left, and I want to make sure if anyone else is being held back. I thought, Heather, did you have one in mind?
I just wasn't sure which is the keynote of those choices.
Usually in engaging humor and in presentation mastery, it's the main project in level 5.
Oh,
There's
in
no
level
keynotes.
5.
You're not expected to do keynotes until you get to level 5.
Okay.
And a keynote is usually, it's a minimum of 20 minutes. They would like you to do 40 minutes, but they get away with doing 20.
Okay, thank you.
So that's like 3 speech slots in a regular meeting.
Shawn,
Yes.
I'm kind of being held back from just getting going on Pathways. So, and one of my problems, this may sound kind of stupid or dumb, but I don't know what it is with me, but every time I go to sign in or something, enter a password, it always rejects my password, and I'll go through about 6 attempts. Like, geez, what's with it? I can never remember whatever password I might have used in the past. So it.
Well, you can ask it to. You can actually have your computer set up to save the password, so you don't have to enter it in a second time. And while Toastmasters International made some changes in the springtime, early spring, that required you to re-enter your password once. It doesn't require me to enter it ever again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
that's how I
Colby,
have it set up. So I use a PC that's using Google or Chrome, sorry, as my whatever search engine, and it just remembers it. I allow it to remember some of those passwords. So I don't have to worry about it. Auto-populates.
Okay.
we'll work with you, Colby. I've noted, and we'll get someone out to work with you.
Thanks.
Yeah, not to worry.
Right. So anyone else having a challenge in level 4 or level 5?
I just
Okay.
have.
So my word of sorry.
Comment, Shawn. A lot of people have problems with level 4 and level 5, but if they thought about doing a workshop instead of an open house, which are boring, but having a workshop and you advertise as a free workshop to the community, especially if you're doing it right before a dues period, it can be a lot of fun, and you can manage projects successfully, manage online programs, moderate a panel discussion, Q&A, or you could do it as a charity event. I put down for Virginia, Comedy for Compassion, do a charity event, maybe on mental health.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be done within a Toastmasters meeting. That's a very good point, Sandra. You can do these outside if you have a speaking engagement. You just need to have a Toastmaster there to do your evaluation and then to verify you did it so you get credit. And so what I wanted to take away from tonight's session, just so you get it without getting, and then I'll jump into my bedtime story. But the takeaway is to make sure that you recognize that these shouldn't be complicated. Don't stress about them. There is a path to get to the end of your path. Just look at them. Don't look at them like they're complicated. Just look at them and say, what do I need? What do I really need to do? Don't get too hung up in you got to have this fancy, complicated, whatever it is, podcast or things. Try to figure out how do I simplify that and do it within my meeting. Or if I have to do some talking outside of the club, how do I tie that in? Don't stress about these things. There are easy ways to work around what it sounds complicated to figure out how to do it in a very simple way and still achieve the same goals. Please. And if you have any questions about them, you can contact me. I'm online, vrcompanions@gmail.com if you need to get a hold of me. But I've gone through a number of these. I have not seen anything that is too complicated, or they all sound scary to begin with, but they've never been too complicated to do. All right. Now, I am obligated, and I'm looking at the time, I think it's 8 o'clock. I got to do a bedtime story. So a bedtime story is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Goldilocks. Do you know the story of Goldilocks? Okay, my name is Gold, and I used to have long flowing hair a long time ago. One day I went out in the woods, and I was looking for a project to do. And I came across 3 different projects, and I sat there and said, which project should I do? And I chose one that was engaging humor because when I tried this one, it was on podcast, it seemed too difficult. And I tried one on something else on handling complicated situations. I said that's too difficult, and something else was too easy. But I found that engaging humor was just right, so I took on that challenge. And I made through some of the levels, and I got to level 4, and I said, I finished the main project. I went into to look at the various electives, and I said, well, that one seems too easy. I've already done that in another path. And this other one just seems too hard. But there are 8 options in your electives in level 4, and I found one that was just right. Just look around. Take a look and say, what works for you? Or what is a skill that you would like to achieve that makes you feel better? Don't deal with these electives or these projects as though it's something that you are not going to gain from. If you gain from it, it will be just right for you, and it'll make you feel better. You'll come away saying that was just right. So remember that. Don't stress about it. Find a thing that makes you feel good and helps you become a better Toastmaster, a better communicator, a better leader. And that's my story, my bedtime story. Back to you, Madam Program Quality Director.
The things we make our Toastmaster leaders do during our week of Pathtime's bedtime stories. I hope you will all have sweet Pathways dreams tonight, little Toastmasters. And thank you very much for attending tonight.